Imagine, how would it be if a jail is made where all the prisoners are superpower-stuck villains, where one controls electricity, another can disappear and appear somewhere else, and there's even someone who can control minds? What happens when they all end up in the same place? That's what we're about to find out in today's story. The movie begins in an underground parking area where a group of superpowered villains are doing something bad. They are fighting because one of them messed up a mission. They sent this guy to kill a goon, but he didn't kill the goon. Instead, he killed the goon's daughter. Now the same goon comes back with a gun and starts shooting at them. Many superpowered villains are killed, but two of them are bulletproof. Bullets can't hurt them. They dodge the bullets and start fighting the goon with their hands. They jump and hit the goon, but the goon is brave and strong. He breaks one villain's arm, kicks another in the face, and hits the second one hard on the ground. In the end, he kills the man who killed his daughter. Suddenly, the police arrive and arrest the goon. Now let's go back in time a bit. The world faced a big disaster named Pulse. Everything got destroyed because people used nuclear weapons in wars. Dangerous radiation spread, causing devastation and taking many lives. Because of this, all the resources in the world ran out. Resources are things that we need to live. People who survived the radiation got superpowers, but instead of using them for good, they misused their powers. They fought over the remaining resources, destroying everything and causing devastation everywhere. To fix this, the government made a law and created a special jail for these superpowered villains. The goon, who killed more than 50 prisoners, got a life sentence in this super jail. The person in charge of this super jail, the boss of the guards, was rumored to be very greedy. People said he got too close to the prisoners, giving them false hope of escaping and taking a lot of money from them. During an interview, he denied these rumors, saying no prisoner could escape while he was in charge. Now, on the day when all the supervillains, including the goon, were brought to the jail in a bus, the goon looked oddly happy. He seemed excited to be there, maybe to kill more supervillains. Among the prisoners was a seemingly harmless guy named Diego. He wasn't dangerous because he didn't have any superpowers. He could only feel the emotions and pain of others. Unfortunately, Diego got arrested for supposedly hurting someone. As the guards brought the prisoners in, they put handcuffs on their hands and feet to prevent any chaos with their superpowers. The boss stepped in, giving them a stern talk and even threatening them. Finally, all the prisoners were taken to the grounds, where the goon met a prisoner who was already there before him. One prisoner got really mad at the goon because the goon killed his brother. They challenged each other to a fight and started throwing punches. However, when the prisoner attacked, the goon backed off. The goon then punched the prisoner in the face, dropped him, and kicked him hard. The prisoner lost the fight due to injuries. Before the goon could kill him, guards used electric shocks with handcuffs to stop the goon. A female guard punched the goon, and both were sent for treatment. All the guards enjoyed their fight as if they had not stopped before. The boss also enjoyed watching the fight. Diego met a prisoner who could control electricity, the first one to arrive, sharing jail survival rules. Diego tried to learn about the most famous and dangerous prisoner, Loeb, who could control anything with his brain. Loeb could control anyone's brain, forcing them to take their own life. The electricity-controlling prisoner warned Diego to stay away from Loeb. Loeb was taken to a dark room where the boss threatened him to transfer stolen money. The boss, planning to retire, ordered Loeb to send the money or face death. In the jail hospital, the wounded goon was treated, and a regenerating prisoner with no head was observed. Doctors talked to Diego, who seemed harmless, and went to check Loeb. The goon caught the doctor, strangled her, and killed her. He then moved ahead to kill Loeb. Before the goon could harm him, Diego arrives and tells him not to do it. The goon ignores Diego and starts beating him. However, Diego defends himself, catches the goon, and hits him hard on the ground, saving Loeb's life. The news about Diego's bravery spreads throughout the jail, impressing everyone. As a result, all the prisoners start respecting Diego because he saved Loeb using his skills. Some even share their food with him. Loeb is very happy with everything that happened, so he calls Diego to thank him. Meanwhile, the boss's partner learns about a secret deal. The boss received money in his account, and in return, he promised to release Loeb. She asks the boss about it, and he tells her that if she keeps it a secret, he will give her a promotion. But if she tells everyone, he will fire her from the job. Now it's revealed that a prisoner has been in jail for 10 years, always applying for bail, but the court keeps rejecting his applications. This shows that while the law aims to give justice to everyone, sometimes prisoners face unfair treatment. After a few days, the prisoner applies for bail again, hoping to finally get released. However, he gets frustrated with the court's questions, becomes very angry, stands up, and leaves. Because of this, his application is rejected once again, making him very sad. While Loeb plans to escape from jail, the first prisoner who didn't get bail sits there feeling angry. At that time, one of the prisoner's companions gives the prisoner a small cutter for revenge. This leads to chaos in the jail. The prisoner agrees and cuts the locks of his cuffs, climbing on a table. Using a wire from a tube light, he charges himself with electricity, gaining control over it. He attacks a guard and disrupts the jail's electricity system, disabling the cuffs of all prisoners. The chaos results in fighting among prisoners, prompting the boss to instruct his companion to turn on the generator. The generator is started, and as electricity is restored, the cuffs lock again, controlling the prisoners. They are confined to their cells. Meanwhile, the first prisoner is absent, being in the hospital. An officer discovers this and attacks the first prisoner, causing him to fall. The boss orders the officer to kill the first prisoner, holding the first prisoner responsible for the chaos. The officer attacks the first prisoner multiple times until he succumbs to the injuries. Alongside him, about 12 other prisoners lose their lives in the turmoil, but the boss keeps this information secret. Subsequently, the boss calls Diego to meet him and shows Diego the torture chamber, a place where prisoners are severely beaten, tortured, and left in critical condition. The slow passage of time in the torture chamber exacerbates the dire situation. Now the boss holds Loeb responsible for the destruction and interrogates Diego about Loeb, seeking more information. He threatens to send Diego to the torture chamber unless he reveals everything about Loeb and his plans. Diego shares what he knows, but since it lacks significant information, the boss sends him back. Returning to Loeb, Diego is warned not to contemplate escaping and is instructed to transfer all the money into an account. Loeb agrees to compromise with the boss but requests some time. The following day, the boss's companion and an electrician visit the basement to fix the electrical system. Meanwhile, prisoners receive envelopes from their families containing favorite items. Loeb, planning to escape, takes a tablet and installs a dangerous virus to hack the security system and gain control. The goon, marked with a cross on his face, attempts to fight a previous opponent but declines this time. Diego visits Loeb, expressing a desire to accompany him if he plans to escape. On the day the boss retires, it is revealed that another man is now the boss of the goons, not his companion. The boss made a deal for a promotion, angering his companion. She confronts the boss, expressing disappointment, but he dismisses her and goes to Loeb. Returning the tablet to Loeb, the boss instructs him to send all the money to his account. Loeb, using the tablet, appears to comply, making the boss believe the money transfer is proceeding smoothly. Unbeknownst to the boss, the virus in the tablet allows Loeb to hack the security system, rendering the cuffs ineffective. Once again, all the prisoners were set free, engaging in fights and using their superpowers. They fought each other and even targeted the guards, causing chaos. Diego, feeling the pain from the ongoing turmoil, started to deteriorate. A doctor approached him to discuss his condition. While the boss was with Loeb, his companion urgently called him, informing him about the sudden chaos. Anxious, the boss assured that he would handle the situation. However, when he attempts to learn the truth from Loeb, the door is locked, revealing Loeb's role in the escape plan. The jail situation worsened as prisoners with dangerous powers inflicted harm, and even though the guards attempted to control them, they were unsuccessful. With the jail spiraling out of control, control, the captain sought a solution from the boss's companion. She attributed the problem to the security system, suggesting a fix in the basement where the generator powered the entire system. The captain went to the basement to restart the generator, guided by the boss's companion through radio communication. However, their communication was cut off when the signals weakened. Undeterred, the captain located the generator but encountered a prisoner with a transformed and dangerous appearance. Despite attempting to hide, the captain was discovered and attacked, resulting in injuries. The prisoner continued to assault and eventually killed the captain. He positions the prisoner against the wall, ready to take his life, but the captain manages to save himself, striking a pipe with a rod which breaks it, releasing hot air that falls on the prisoner, resulting in his death. The boss sits in front of Loeb, eagerly waiting for the money transfer process to complete. Once it's done, the boss rejoices. Loeb reveals another ability, the power to exchange minds with others. Taking advantage of this, Loeb swaps minds with the boss, putting the boss's mind into Loeb's body and vice versa. This unusual move allows them to escape from the prison. Loeb, now in the boss's body, kills his original body, rendering the boss unconscious. Meanwhile, the captain successfully restarts the generator, restoring control over the prisoners. Using electric shocks, Loeb, now in control, locks the prisoners back in their cells. Loeb, in the boss's body, is ordered to the torture chamber, mistakenly identified as the boss. Loeb, in the boss's body, meets his companion, promoting her to be the next boss of the guards. As Loeb departs in the form of the boss, his companion brings positive changes to the jail system. Diego's punishment concludes as his non-harmful powers warrant his release. Loeb's companion is also set free. The story shifts to Loeb, now in the boss's body, picking up his two companions. As they embark on a journey armed with substantial funds, they decide to live a happy and prosperous life. With this, the film concludes.